what Charlie talked about directly influenced Tyler Robinson's romantic relationship. And honestly, we're probably just scratching the surface in the next few...
Sorry, Sean. Hi, welcome back to another Morbid Sunshine. We went through before some of Heuerman's activities with his phone that could possibly have led to Megan MacDonald being victim of Heuerman's at the time, because her number was logged in as AT&T records. I believe I just read up before that the victim, this is where I want to come back on, was apparently, I'll read up for you, okay? Because seriously, I've been a bit annoyed at something. Okay. Yeah, justice for Megan. Family of brutally slain New York student feels betrayed by the prosecutor, alleges secret plea deal with the suspect. They have accused Orange County District Police Attorney David Hovler of trying to stymie the investigation, failing to disclose that he once represented the suspect in MacDonald's killing and offering a secret plea deal with the man charged with a second-degree murder of her death. And I think it's an ex-partner. Megan MacDonald's family files attorney disciplinary complaints against an unethical, possibly criminal Orange County DA David Marion Hovley. Others, okay. They're making disciplinary complaints against them. Unethical, possibly criminal, right? Allegations in a case. Lots of issues. Okay, so they've sort of ruled out Rex Heuerman in this case. So in Brooklyn, mile from where Jessica Taylor was staying when she disappeared, and then he's logged in his thing, for 11 a.m. to go over West 23rd Street. Okay, I don't know much about 23rd Street. I'm not from that area, but around here is where Heuerman, I hope you can see it well, is where Heuerman was at, and this is where Jessica Taylor was at. Now, I don't know if he picked her up by car or taxi or what, but they're you know, High Power Rifle League Peconic River Sportsman's Club by the Manville Lisk mass grave site along Mill Road. That's where he went on the 20th of July 2003, that morning while his wife was out there, because it says underneath High Power Pasonic. Okay, these little details are very valid, and I appreciate whoever put this together. It's a real gem, and need somebody who can remain professional to report it. The Passonic River Sportsman's Club in Monaville is only a mile from where Jessica Taylor was found. Okay, right, let's get it in so you can see. Okay, yeah. Listen, I don't really I'm gonna look up on the Google Maps again and go round that area again, because I think it'll just be important. There's the camera. I just feel it'll be important for to give us the idea of what terrain it is, what sort of area. I like to do it anyway, so I know it's boring all this, but you know, I don't like to sort of go, wow, this connected to this and all that, because things change, and if you don't go on and correct it, it's quite a nightmare. July 21st, 2003, Rex again lists the building in North 5th in Brooklyn, 1 mile from where Jessica Taylor was staying. Okay. And still Ellerup doesn't want to believe it. 25th of July 2003, Elizabeth Rosato murder at Yonkers, New York. Yonkers woman 52 found dead in the bathroom. Husband sought for questioning. Okay, so let's look her up. Alright, because we've got to check them all out now. Was it Elizabeth? I'm sure it was Elizabeth. Elizabeth, yeah. Did she disappear? So there's still a mystery around this lady. He was missing from a home at least a day, the husband, and then he got back home and, you know, someone's found her. His son found her at home. We always get to this part, don't we? Okay. Elizabeth Rosato was found murdered in her home in Yonkers behind a shooting range. Rex Heuerman has 3 plus shooting competitions listed in July of yeah. Okay. Such an even one. America's Most Wanted. This was 04. America Fights Back. Capture fugitive Frederick Rossetto. America's Wanted. American Fight Back. And was he guilty? Well, he's accused. There's a picture of Jessica Taylor in July of that year, probably just before she was. While walking their dog, he found her. Holes in Manor Road. Her hands had been cut off to hard detection, through shears. And they're saying she is most likely have been dumped there. On July 27th of 03, Rex lists Camp Smith's most likely meaning a shooting competition at Camp Smith's. Okay. Here's the periodic club. There. Okay. Campus Smith match. So he did competitions. Very integrated, isn't he? It's like he made a whole. There's Calverton there. See, I'm just trying to give you an approximation. It's Suffolk County. From there. Okay. These are people who haven't been identified, have they not? No? Okay, Manorville Doe's been identified then? Or no? See, this is the very difficult part of a police work, work's job. It's all these, I mean, this is possibly his sport and his way. He can't cope without doing this, It's like, I don't think he stopped. I think they got hold of him just because they thought he was going to go out and do it again, like they said, Most definitely. Okay. Megan McDonald's literally there. Okay. You know what I mean? Haven't they spoke more about, because it doesn't seem like they've mentioned Heuerman on their site. Murder Incorporated investigated Rex Heuerman's building permits, which featured in I'll have to look at that report for Pix 11 News in New York City. Okay. Uncovered a building permit that proved alleged Long Island serial killer Rex Heuerman worked on the same building in Brooklyn where Jessica Taylor was staying when she was murdered. Do you know what? I'm going to take a tweet down that I put up before. I was just angry. I don't like getting blocked. I don't think I like getting blocked. I don't think I've ever been blocked. I thought I know of. Information relevant to the disappearance of Jessica Taylor. Jessica Taylor was last seen. I mean, even if I don't get on with someone, I still make it up with them. I don't hold a grudge. You know, I don't know what's wrong with people sometimes. They need to grow up and sober up properly. But I've been there with alcohol, and it's the demons on your back, because you can do things that you just would not do when you're sober. Just wouldn't. On July 21st, 2003, at approximately 8:41 p.m, Miss Taylor utilised her cellular phone hereinafter the Taylor phone to speak to her mother. Based on witness interviews and an analysis of telephone records, the Gilgo Killer Task Force has learned that two spoke for approximately 7 minutes. During that call, Miss Taylor had arranged to visit her mother on the 25th of 2003 in Poughkeepsie in New York for her mama's birthday. Less than 2 hours but later, at approximately 10:22, Taylor's phone placed on outgoing call, which lasted ways. Taylor last known location was in Mokibbin Lofts before she was murdered in 2003. If anyone recognised her, please send an email. Very unusual, isn't it? That he goes hunting, like, in what sense to me? Police claim Jessica Taylor was last seen, and it's huge as well, Port Authority in New York City, where Stevie Bates disappeared on April 28th of 2012. Bates was found murdered and hidden in a property in September of 18th, 2020. Wow. Wonder if that was over. The MPD covered up her murder and identification of her family had go to the press to let the public know Stevie's body had been identified. Okay. Oh my gosh. Teen vanished during cross-country trip in 2012. Oh, she looks young. Oh God. Alleged Long Island serial killer Rex Heuerman worked on a building in 1992, the same block Stevie Gates was found murdered. That's just not a coincidence, is it? Alleged Long Island serial killer Rex Heuerman worked on a building in 1992 on the same block where Stevie Bates was found murdered. And they've listed everything here of the building. This was the signed application approval of this building that is up here, okay? Heuerman worked on that, so he knew of the area. He probably had access to it, whoever knows, but it gets even stranger, guys. Now in New York City Police Department is asking for information connected to the Brooklyn disappearance of the death of Stevie Bates, 19, of Brooklyn. On Friday, the New York City Office of Chief Medical Examiner positively identified Stevie Bates. Let's see if anything come up about Stevie Bates then. She was found buried. Did he bury any of his victims? I don't think he did. Maybe that change of motive thing though, you know. No answers still. Sad, isn't it? I'm going to do a case soon about a lady who's vanished here and where I live. It's very sad. I don't have enough details to hand, but she's just vanished, and this was around COVID, a time when people were sort of, you know, not going out and about much, but we're getting back to normal. It was in 2001. I think it was late 2001, I'm not sure. But it was literally not about 5 minutes from me. It's just scary. I just find people will do anything now. They just don't care anymore. I've just been threatened on my doorstep again, you know. The remains were found on September 18, 2020 during excavation. Sorry, I have a bit of a lisp. During excavation at the construction site on Cypress Avenue in Queens. According to the NYPD, her body was wrapped in a blanket. AMNY reports. Bates had taken part in Occupy Wall Street protests in 2011 and 2012, according to the Missing People report. The outlet reports. Go for it. The cause of death remains part of ongoing investigations. Still. In April of 2012, Bates vanished. Oh, right, I see. Vanished while travelling back to New York City after a cross-country trip with her mother, Vivian Rose. On April 27, 2012, Bates was travelling alone to Greyhound bus to New York City. Okay. I really like these maps. Thank you. I mean, it really helps us, doesn't it? The building where Steely Bates was found was listed as vacant, open and unguarded June 15th, 2011 in New York Department of Building Complaints, Murder Inc. thesis about the Long Island serial killer using abandoned buildings. And you know what, they're right. I've gone over the fact that he's working as all these charities, and they're all intertwined, and he's the main architect perhaps of it all. Do you know what I mean? The ring itself. It's something that's gone through my mind. I just don't know what's going on. But this is what it's strange, just strange. Okay, right, here's another complaint about a building. Premises open and unguarded. Building vacant, open and unguarded, which is dangerous, you know. In Queens, there was a lot of buildings like that at that time. It was 92, was it? 2011. Okay, so, you know, it would have been a liability for anybody, you know, living there. Rex falsely condemned a building as vacant and scheduled it for demolition in 2007. Boosted families face a long wait, and we meant to feel sorry for Asa Ellerups. Boosted families face a long wait. Harlem Boulevard may not be safe until next week. Boulevard is more than 24 Harlem families boosted from their crumbling apartments. This is the type of thing that goes on, you know. We don't see it. You know, you probably don't see it in the papers and stuff like that, but this stuff happens, and then people go, wow, what happened there? You know, that's how it happens. See, in England, there's nowhere like that no more, because everyone's got a building. There's a building everywhere. It really is. More than 24, there's no such thing as 90 building in England. More than 24 Harlem families booted from their crumbling apartments buildings won't be allowed to return until next week. Jesus. City officials said yesterday, you've got a job as well. The announcement came as the City Building Department Commissioner and an agency investigating whether the architect hired to renovate the 7-story building, Rex Heuerman, falsely identified it as vacant. That revelation provided little discomfort to at least 26 families left homeless after fire officials ordered this unsafe 45-unit brick to be evacuated on a Tuesday. You know, awful. This has been a nightmare, said Jack Livia, 36, added that she and another resident had been complaining about the building cracked walls and weakened floors for weeks. These are something that the city agency know about. Why did they wait for the fire department to say it was unsafe? There are more than 700 open housing code violations. Friggin' hell. Okay. The abandoned building was owned by PSCH Incorporated, a provider of services for the disabled. Okay, now he uses the charity thing as well as like a launder way of getting. You get money for a charity. I don't know the complications, even me. According to residents living nearby the building, Cypress Avenue, Glendale, has been overrun with squatters. The site was owned by the PSCH, for disabilities. One resident became, on behalf of her brother, you best go to bed, who has been fighting squatters in Cypress Avenue property located off Clover Place for over the past year. It seems almost impossible for something to be done, she said. We cannot live under these conditions much longer. So are these people disabled too, She claimed that the squatters have been defecting from the roofs, throwing their trash onto the streets and throwing calm mirror into oncoming traffic, and that the squatters have been harming pets. The building owner has been contacted but has yet to respond to her or her brother, she added. Stevie Bates' sister lived in Sterling Place in Brooklyn, where Stevie was last seen alive in person on April 11th, 2011. Now police need some information about Bates' disappearance to come forward and help solve the mystery surrounding her. Police sources believe she may have suffered a fatal overdose. Foul play has not yet been ruled out. According to the missing person report on Bates, she had participated in Occupy Wall Street protests in the early years. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for today, guys. I'm sorry about the background noise. Hope you're all well and having a great day. Take care. Bye.